Okay, we're going to create a vector art version of this Buffalo Braves logo. I've pasted a JPEG of the logo into this Illustrator document, so I'll start by double-clicking on layer 1 and dimming the image to 50%. Now we'll lock that layer and create a new layer, and this is where we'll draw our new vector art version. I'm going to start with the ellipse tool. With no fill and a black stroke, I'm going to draw a shape that comes close as I can to matching the template. Bring it in just a little. And now we'll draw a rectangle and snap it into place at the bottom of that ellipse and at the top. We'll unite the two shapes using the Pathfinder tool. And then we'll duplicate them using the Scale tool. I'll click and drag with the Option and Shift keys held down to create a duplicate as I scale it down. Match this shape to the counter space, that white space, in the template. And then we'll use the Pathfinder tool, minus front option, to join those together to create one shape. Now we'll use the Reflect tool to create a duplicate, the Shift and Option keys down, and nudge that down into position, and then unite those two shapes. We've created our stylized B shape. Now we just need to create this feather shape in the middle. I'm going to start with a circle. That's a little bit big, so we'll use the Scale tool to downsize it to match the template. Now we'll drag a copy straight up, holding the Shift and Option keys down. And use the Pathfinder tool Intersect option to cut away everything except the area where the two shapes overlap. Now we'll use the Align tool to make sure those two objects are aligned along that horizontal axis. So we'll go to Align, Vertical Align, Center. And now we can use the Pathfinder tool to unite the two shapes. Now we just need to create this angled stripe that knocks out of the two shapes. We'll start with a square. And we can use the bounding box with the Shift key held down to rotate that 45 degrees. And just to be sure that we're centered, I'm going to snap that to the tip of that feather and then drag it into position so it's lining up with the front part of this white stripe in the template. And then we'll use the Scale tool to scale that up. Until it's matching the angle in the template. And I left an extra square over here. I'll get rid of that. And now we can click and drag on our diamond shape and bring a copy over, holding down the Shift and Option keys. And use the minus front Pathfinder tab. And then use the minus front Pathfinder tab again, selecting both the stripe and the B and the feather. And now we've knocked out that stripe. We're left with just the parts of this logo that we need, except for these two little extra pieces, which we'll delete. And now if I hide that first layer with the JPEG, we can see that we've created a pretty carefully drawn outline version of the logo. So I'll unlock layer 1 and bring the JPEG back to full color, and we'll just use this to sample color and load color into our new logo. I'll ungroup it and then use the eyedropper tool to sample the blue from the B and the orange from the tip of the feather. And now we can delete the JPEG. And we're left with a pretty carefully drawn vector art version of that Buffalo Braves logo.